on.
This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary. What is up, and welcome back to an all-new Zompire podcast.
Macho Man.
Yeah. Vlad and I were talking about Macho Man before we went live, so I thought it'd be fun to bring him onto the show so we could talk about him.
Nice. Hey, Christine.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, girl.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, wait, I didn't do my...
Oh.
Boo. I didn't do my double fingers.
Oh,
So
I'm
this
so sorry.
week, we are talking about the dangers and darkness, the underbelly of Disney.
Ooh, are we talking about like Walt Disney himself, or the company, or the movies, or?
I think it should be all of it.
All of it. Anything Disney related. I have a ton of stuff from like Walt Disney era, the dicks in the video covers, the deaths at Disneyland. And
Everybody
Disney
loves the mermaid dicks.
I think it was actually several movies that actually had dicks hidden in them.
Oh yeah, the little controversies. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the cover of the Little Mermaid. The little towers in the back, the golden towers were penises.
Derek,
hey, Derek.
To see both of you guys. I'm just
Derek.
You're just chop liver, Vlad. Even though this is like your show, you know.
Did you piss him off during your video
Vlad, I guess hello to you too.
I thought that, since we are going to talk about Disney, Michelle, you're currently working on a movie called The Death of Snow White.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, son. That trailer's bonkers.
Trailer loaded up and ready to go. Do you want to show it now or later?
How about now and later?
Let me just say something real quick. We are supporting this film. We're not doing like a crowdfunding. What we're doing is we're selling swag. I got my swag that I bought today. I got this Death of Snow White t-shirt.
Ooh.
You can get it in different colors. There's men's, women's.
Wait. How come I'm just now hearing about this shirt? Yeah, I would have bought a shirt like fucking a year ago.
And the Real Fiction Studios logo on the back. There's all different designs too. There's like the skull apple. There's that one. There's another one. And
shit!
I also got my mug.
Ooh.
And there's different styles of mugs. There's also lunch boxes. There's everything. There's hoodies.
How about you drop a link to this little merch madness?
Yeah, you just got to go to Real Fiction Studios, and the link is
there.
Let me
hold on. I'll do it.
Okay, I think the link is on I think I posted it on my Facebook. If you go to my page, you can copy that link.
No. I just go to the actual page, do a copy, and then boom. We can throw it up.
Do you have a photo of what that skull apple shirt looks like? Because I probably want one of those.
Let's see.
So it's in the comments.
No, I can't see those.
Okay.
Derek finally
I'm not special
there
enough.
You go. Oh.
Finally.
You should be able to see that. Anyways, you can buy all kinds of merch there, and it's really, really cool. So anyways, we're going to be filming this summer, and it's going to be out in theaters in March of 2025.
In theaters?
In theaters.
Whoa.
In theaters. So Real Fiction Studios, the founder is Jason Brooks. He's one of my best friends, and he and Naomi, his partner, and I are the core of Real Fiction Studios. So Jason wrote and directed this film, and we'll be filming this summer. And it's not your typical fairy tale.
Can I say something about Snow White that? And we'll get into this more when we watch or when we talk about Disney. But Snow White was in the glass casket for 3 years. That wouldn't preserve her body. So when the prince came and kissed her,
she wasn't dead though.
Yeah, she wasn't dead.
She was in between life and death. She wasn't dead.
But her
kind of
body
like a coma.
Yeah.
She would have
No,
hella bed sores.
she was in a state of suspended animation because of magic.
Yeah, Vlad,
it's magic. Because
I can see where this episode's going already. Everything I say, Michelle's gonna be like, "No, Vlad,
it's magic.
He did not.
Well, you can't like bring somebody back to life with a kiss, or put them under a fucking spell, or curse them if there's not magic." Hey, Rebecca. So yeah, show that beautiful bean footage. Everybody, hold on to your fucking seats. Turn it up.
Hold on to your butts.
I already got goosebumps. It's not over yet. Woo! That was so fucking awesome. I get goosebumps and I feel like crying every time I see it. I know it's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
And I'm just so fucking honored to be working on that as one of the makeup artists. It's amazing.
Yeah. That head smash with that hammer was fucking awesome.
No, there's going to be a lot more of that type of thing. It's a dark fantasy, and I'm almost done reading the script now, and I'm going to finish reading it tonight, or Jason will kick my ass. Oh my god, we're already we have 5 months to make all the parts and the props and the prosthetics and all that sort of stuff for all the deaths and injuries and things like that. And that's what I did this past weekend. We started making some things, and those leeches that were on the Evil Queen, we made those a couple weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna make a lot more of those too.
Yeah, those are dope.
Yeah, so it's gonna be super awesome. And I can't wait.
And you were saying next week too, we might be able to get on some of the crew or cast from what you guys are doing with that.
Yeah, we're actually trying to get a couple of big names too, which I can't really say right now.
No, I mean for next week's show.
For next week's show, yeah. I actually sent Jason and Naomi a link if they wanted to hop on today, but I think they're busy because I think they're working on the movie.
Right.
It's like there's tons and tons of editing because the trailer itself, I would think that was filmed in like 3 days. I was there the day with the fighting scene. That was really cool. So I got to put like dirt and cuts and things all over the people that were like fighting and stuff. That was really cool.
From Roseblood, right?
What was that?
That girl who plays Snow White, she was in.
Yep. That's Sanaya. She's in Roseblood. She's also in Vengeance. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's up and coming. I think she's in her first year in college. So I think she's like 18-ish.
Maybe 19.
Yeah. She's a good friend. I love her to pieces. She's just a wonderful person, super cute, and a great actor as well.
Right on.
Greetings, humans. Who's this? Thank you, Christine. I love you too.
So
I'm not a human.
I'm a humanoid.
Humanoid. I'm humanish.
So most of it's being filmed in Washington?
Yeah. Yes. So over on the up like in Woodinville. So yeah, it's
I like that the dwarves had like a Viking. It had like a medieval feel to it.
Yeah. The whole film is going to where you have to build a village, because originally we were talking about going to Belgium to film, but to take an entire cast and crew and all of the equipment and all of the logistics of doing that, plus of course the cost comes into play. To film, but the castles there were something that we really wanted to, well, that the executive producer was really wanting to do, but we got to get going on this. So
is this
we're filming it here at home.
I know that you probably can't say much about it, but is this the script and storyline of this gonna follow closely to the Grimms, or is it kind of its own thing? Like where's it
it's its own thing.
Nice.
It's its own thing, but you can also, there's also original, aspects for sure. The main points.
Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
Look, I love that you're doing this. I can't wait to talk about it more next week. But this week, we're talking about the dark side of Disney.
Which this movie is.
Yes, this is the dark side. So it was a good segue for our discussion tonight. Thank you so much for playing that. I've seen it a million times and I get goosebumps every single time.
Yeah.
That's how I know this is the biggest project we've ever worked on.
The visuals are amazing, and I'm sure the storyline will
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Patrick, you just came back from Disneyland.
Wow, yeah, what's up? Did you have bad things happen?
Did you go?
I mean, it rained
times a year,
but I mean, that's not like Dark Side of Disney. That's like
Dark Side of
following us to California.
Yeah.
And what's really weird is I've been to Disney before when it rained, and it usually, like, when it rains in California, usually just kind of like mists for like 5 minutes and everybody runs away and then it's gone. But this time it fucking poured and it was gray and overcast. It literally was like Seattle. I was like, oh my God, where am I? Where the fuck am I right now?
Witchcraft. You guys brought it back with you.
Like,
no.
Do a cord cutting spell when you're leaving the airport.
Right. It was the darkest side of Disney I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
Pouring in California.
That's terrible. I'm sure you still had a great time though.
Oh yeah, I love the rain. I'm a fucking Washingtonian.
What was your favorite, in the rain. What was your favorite part? Was it the rides or like the food or?
I mean, all of it. Tab and I go. Like, this is the one thing that I get shit for in my life. Every one of my friends in my life and strangers have fucking given me shit about this. Like, they're like, you love horror movies and you love Satan and you collect tarantulas, but you love Disney. Like, fuck off. I love Disney. Disney's fucking great.
You can like time. Whatever you like.
Yeah, fuck everybody.
You are a fan of Chucky also. So, I mean,
yeah, I get shit for that too.
And you can't kick Chucky.
You can't kick him.
You can't kick Chucky. Anyways, sorry.
But yeah, so I get a lot of shit.
I digress.
I digress. It's a good digression. But it's just a good time. The rides are fun. It's the only place in the world where I feel like you can truly escape the shit of the world, right? When you go to either Disneyland or Disney World in Orlando, Florida, like you literally just get sucked into the place and you forget about all the other shit in the world that's going on. Like you can have fun on your other vacations. Like I love going to New Orleans. New Orleans is a fucking great place. Have a shit ton of fun there. But when I'm there, I still think about the rest of the world.
Why is it? Fun. Is it because everybody's like happy there and there's like and everything's like smiley? I mean, how is it different? How do you forget about the outside world when you're in Disneyland as opposed to other places?
Magic.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
That's it. Magic. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm sure that the people creating that magic are probably miserable as fuck because they're working, 15-hour days, getting probably paid shit wages.
They're wearing mascot uniforms in 95-degree fucking weather.
Yeah, they're fans in those fucking outfits.
I don't know, man. I dressed up as Barney for my brother's birthday and the Target dog for 2 parades. And I sure had
Okay, hold on, pause. We are now changing the subject of this fucking episode and no longer talking about the Darkside Disney. We're going to talk about this. Continue.
Oh,
Well, no, I worked at a Target, and they had the Strawberry Festival in Marysville every year, and so they would rent the whole like Target dog costume with the big head and
right.
everything. And the first year, I almost died in it because it's like a 2 mile or a mile and a half walk through the parade,
Oh my
and
god.
it's in August. And the
Oh my
second
god.
year, they gave me one of those backpacks that had like frozen water and then like a little tube that went into my mouth, so I could drink said water. And within like 5 minutes of walking down the street, that tube came out of my mouth.
Oh no.
But I had the helmet on, so I couldn't like reach in and do anything.
Oh,
I just had to keep walking.
The dark side of Barney.
Well, no, that was
The
Target
dark
dog.
side of Target. Dark side of Target. My bad.
That's so
yeah.
funny.
But yeah, I was
Rebecca.
didn't get the fans.
Aw.
But I'm
I've
sure,
never been to Disney anything. I've never been to Disneyland. I've never been to Disney World. I've never been to anything. I am going to Florida. I'm going to go to vacation in April though, but I'm not going to
Epcot
Disneyland. I'm going
Center.
shark diving.
What is it called?
Oh,
California
mother.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
California Adventure. The second park at Disneyland. Yeah.
yeah. Disney World's the one in Florida, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
that one's fucking huge.
Let's start talking about the dark side of it.
Okay, you lead then, sir.
I was. It rained in fucking California. That's
True.
it.
Did you guys know that? Wait, hold on. Let me find it real quick because I don't remember all the numbers. But there's been like 95 deaths at Disneyland, beheadings, decapitations.
What?
The first one was what, 9 years after, or 8 to 10 years after it opened. It was like 1965 or 64 was the very first death in Disney.
Let me see. Hold on.
Some dude stood up on the Matterhorn and fucking like fell out of the seat and landed on the track below and got like ran over or something. I don't remember exactly how it went down.
That's his fault for not following the rules.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Well, in 1983, an 18-year-old man fell off Space Mountain and was paralyzed. In September 2000, a 4-year-old boy fell out of the Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin ride and suffered serious internal injuries, including cardiac arrest and brain damage after being dragged.
Wait. How do you fall off of that ride? It's literally like a half a, like it would literally be like a half a foot drop.
But he was 4 years old.
Okay. Maybe I missed that.
He was a tall 4-year-old, and he's like, you have to be this high, and he was, but he was 4.
Dude, listen to this shit. Oh, go ahead. There's
a YouTuber who does like deathside amusement parks, and he did one at Disneyland where this guy was on Splash Mountain, and like halfway through the ride, he had been drinking with his buddies, and halfway through the ride, he was getting nauseous, and so he wanted to get off.
Oh no!
So he stood up and jumped out of the log to a landing on the side, and was fine. He made it totally fine, but then realized that he was on the wrong side for the exit. So his plan was to jump from that landing, skip on a log, and then jump to the other landing. Well, he like hit that other log to jump on the landing and slipped into the water, and that log snagged him and brought him over the fucking 50-foot drop. And he fucking like it crushed his head against like the rails and stuff and just killed him instantly. He just got drugged down the fucking drop. Like, God damn it, people, stay in the fucking log.
Well, it seems like these deaths are the people's faults, not Disney.
A bunch of them are. There's a couple that like I think are Disney's fault. Like there was a Space Mountain one where like one of the wheels fell off or something on the coaster. That's Disney fault.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit can happen at any amusement park.
Yeah. Not all of the stories are simply rumors. Some of the more infamous tales of death in Disney Park are completely true. In June 1973 and June 1983, some teenagers died in the River of the Americas attraction, both after violating the rules. In the first incident, an 18-year-old and his brother stayed in the park after closing, and the teenager drowned. So that's obviously like his fault.
Right.
10 years later, a boy stole a rubber emergency raft from a cast-only area of the park, only to capsize and drown. A year later, in 1984, Dolly Young was riding the Matterhorn bobsleds when her seatbelt was unfastened. She plummeted to the track below, only to be hit by another car and dragged along the rails before the ride was stopped. Most recently, in 2007, a teenager died on the Rock and Roller Coaster at Disneyland Paris. When the ride stopped, her friends noticed she was unconscious. Park medics rushed to the scene, and an ambulance was called, but it was too late. Cast members aren't immune to the dangers of the park either. In 1974, an employee named Debbie Stone was crushed to death between a rotating wall and a permanent theater wall in the America Sings attraction. Sadly, some people have died by suicide or survived an attempt, suing the park afterward in the park by jumping out of moving vehicles or otherwise engaging in dangerous behavior. Such was the case in
sue the park for that?
Such was the case in 1994 when a man fell about 20 feet from the Skyway gondola. Just prior to the case going to trial in 1996, the victim admitted that he had purposely leaped out of the gondola. Others, of course, have different reasons for attempting to hurt themselves. In September 1994, a 74-year-old man leaped to his death from a ninth-floor balcony in the Disney Hotel. In 1996, a 23-year-old man jumped or fell to his death. And in 1998, an employee jumped from the same floor but survived. 10 years later, in 2008, a 48-year-old man leaped from the 14th floor. In 2010, another person leaped from the Mickey and Friends parking structure. So apparently a lot of people are killing themselves at Disneyland. How is this the happiest place on earth?
Jesus.
I don't know. I've never thought about suicide when I'm at Disneyland.
No, I've been to both Disneyland World, and I've never thought that.
I did have a Darkside of Disney this trip, though. I forgot about it. We were getting on the Jungle Cruise, and I don't know if you've ever been on those boats, but in the center of that boat is just this giant, really big, heavy steel like box thing that kind of, I guess it's supposed to look like an engine or something. I've never really looked at it too closely, but it's ginormous and it's solid fucking metal. And when you, it's like when you get on, you step right by it. Well, it was raining. And so I went to go step on the boat, and I slipped a little bit and cracked my knee on that fucking metal thing so hard I couldn't fucking walk straight like for 2 days. Like I fucking cracked it hard. I'm suing those motherfuckers. Just joking. I wouldn't do that.
Did you also know that there's been 2 murders at Disneyland?
What? Tell me about that.
Though some people resort to violence against others, and in some cases, the happiest place on earth has been the site of murder. In 1981, a teenager was fatally stabbed during a knife fight. In 1987, a 15-year-old was shot in the parking lot during what started as a confrontation between rival gangs. And in 2012, a young man's body was found near the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Although it was thought that it was a suicide at the time, there were no witnesses to report that he had jumped. In 2013, there were 2 small explosions in trash cans in Toontown area of the park that caused the park to be evacuated. The cause of explosion was a bottle filled with dry ice, and soon a 22-year-old confessed to detonating the bombs. He was sentenced to misdemeanor for possessing a destructive device.
Ooh.
Who goes to Disneyland and gets in like? I've seen videos.
Who gets a nice fight at Disneyland, right?
Yeah, I've seen videos.
Some people.
On YouTube when there's like fist fights, and it's like a dad pushing a stroller with like his wife and like another little kid, and he gets into a fight with another family, and I'm like,
another dad. There's dads going at it in front of their kids. That's fucking.
The greatest dad I've ever seen at Disneyland. This is probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like hands down. We're walking through Disneyland, and there's this probably like 6-year-old boy just fucking bawling. And his dad you could tell he's done. He's over it. The dad's down on one knee and he's got the kid, like he's holding the kid by the shoulders and he's shaking his son, screaming at him like, why are you fucking crying? This is the happiest place on earth. Why are you crying? I fucking lost it. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. This dad fucking snapped. He's
just
like, I'm
lost
over
it.
He's over it. He's just like,
The
we're
kid
at
stop
the
crying?
happiest place. No, he cried more.
Oh my
I
God.
laughed.
Last time I'm taking my kids on a vacation.
Yeah, right. I
Oh
laughed
my
so hard. I
God.
was like, deviation. We need to go away from this dude so I can crack up laughing and I don't
Dude.
get into one of those dad fights.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a dad fight, that's for sure.
Dad fights at Disneyland. That should be a YouTube channel.
Yes. Yes.
We need to make that. Dad fights at
Make
Disneyland.
a movie. Dad fights at Disneyland. Fuck yeah.
It'd be like some fights, but
have you heard of Club 33?
Yeah, actually seen it for the first time this trip. Well,
Like,
not that we. No, you can't go inside. I don't have like 10 grand to spend to get into a fucking club. No, but we've actually found the entrance. We don't look for it very hard, so it's not like I was like seeking it out. But Tab, she was going to use the restroom, and we walked down this alleyway in the New Orleans Square, which makes sense that it's in New Orleans Square because it's like a hidden speakeasy style bar. And we actually saw the entrance, and it actually has a little 33 up, like kind of above the door, so you know where it's at. But it's not like in your face. It's not easy to see. But it's got like a 10-year waiting list, and it's like 10 to 15 grand to get in. No, I didn't see that place.
Nope.
Is it the entrance by the Pirates ride?
Anyway.
It is. Yeah, it's in between the Pirates ride and Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square.
I just feel like there's got to be something like going on there. Like,
well, it's probably a hell of a cocaine party for sure. the wait list to get into that fucking place.
Remind me to share my stories with you about Disneyland, my experience, and my dad worked there in the 60s.
Oh shit! I want to hear some dad work stories for sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's Kevin because he was the one that was like Facebook user. Yeah. And if it is Kevin, let me know because I'll send you a link and you can come on and tell us right now. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did you have something about Club 33? Any dark side of that?
Well, just as Club 33 comprises a number of private dining clubs located within the various Disney parks. First opened in 1967. Multiple? That's what it says. Inside Disneyland Park, the club was modeled after numerous executive VIP lounges created by pavilion sponsors in the 1964 New York World's Fair. At the time, Club 33 was the only location within Disneyland Park to offer alcoholic beverages.
Not no more.
Let me see if there's anything. Membership. It doesn't say anything weird about it. I'm sure weird shit happens there, like, you know what I mean?
It's a speakeasy style bar, so I'm sure, yeah.
I wonder how you get like membership.
I don't know if you have to have a membership or you just get on a wait list. But it's not like a known. I mean, I'm sure it's super known now because the internet, tells you can find anything on the internet. But back in the day, it was like kind of like a private thing, right? Only select people knew about it, and they hide the entrance a little bit. So I'm sure it's bigger now than what it was when it first came out. Like, I don't think you needed a secret code or anything to get in like you do in the cool places in Louisiana. But
I'm looking up something that I don't know if any of you guys know about it, but in several movies, they show dicks on the covers of the artwork.
Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
I thought Little Mermaid was the only one that had wieners on it.
Were you guys aware of that?
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was there as well. Maybe as far as the cover, but I felt like there was more.
I know Aladdin has like the
Rescuers
the sex in it.
Well, it says the rescuer is approximately 30 minutes. The rescuer is approximately 38 minutes into the film. As Bianca and Bernard fly through the city in a sardine can, the image of a topless woman can be seen in 2 different frames. Disney claims the images were not placed in the frame by their animators, but were inserted during the post-production process. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? These screen caps come from the scene when Jessica gets thrown from the car after they hit a light post. She spirals out of the vehicle. As she does, her dress flies up, and it can be seen that she's not wearing panties. There's another one that's Who's Framed Roger Rabbit. Hercules. Toy Story 3, the scene shows the toy characters reacting to wide-eyed shock, seeing their now grown-up owner, Andy, engaging in grown-up sex act. Only the suggestive shadow is viewable. However, it has been proven that the image with the shadow did not actually appear in any version of Toy Story 3. It was created as a viral hoax. Okay, never mind. That one's bullshit. Oh yeah, The Lion King. After Simba lays down on the cliff, dust flies up into the sky and forms the word sex for a brief moment.
I thought that was Aladdin. What happened to Aladdin? Maybe it's Aladdin. Somebody whispers something in somebody's ear. And there's some part, somebody in Aladdin gets a boner too. I don't remember who.
Isn't it Jafar? Mickey Mouse, Blatted, coming from the wonderful minds working for Euro Disney. Blatted has a cover art showing Mickey with his hand around a large blue penis, aka Minnie's body. And I can see the picture; it does look like a penis.
Disgruntled animators, gotta love them.
Well, I mean, you got to think. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, Lion King has the word sex in it. And yeah, I have a clamshell Little Mermaid VHS with a dong on it. Yep.
Oh, you got the dong VHS? Cool.
Those are worth some money, actually.
Yeah.
What? Oh. Hey!
Cool.
Hey! What's up? Surprise!
Yay!
We just watched your trailer earlier.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we wanted to hop on, have you hop on, and we were talking about the dark side of Disney, and we already kind of talked about the movie a lot and showed the trailer and stuff,
but we can go back and talk some more.
Talk about it some more.
Like, why did we decide to do something dark? And what's up with Disney and whatever?
A lot's going on there.
People are hating the new.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that really sets us up for some success. Is really how bad Disney's doing with their current version of it, and kind of the hate they're bringing on from fans and from people. They don't like a lot about it. So there's just, if you read the comments, looking around, now that we've been thrown into the Snow White ring, we're seeing getting tagged in things and seeing a lot of people are just, they'd rather see something else, and so they're jumping on saying, I'd rather see this than the Disney one, and I'd rather see this than the Disney one.
What is the Disney one? What are they doing?
They're just remaking it. It sounds like they're trying to make it true to almost their cartoon. The dwarves are CGI. They look really kind of silly and kind of goofy. It looks like they took the cartoon versions and tried to make real life versions of the cartoon versions, so the proportions are all kind of weird and goofy.
Yeah.
Didn't hire little people for it. They, got other actors to be the voices, and so that's some things. It's their casting choice for Snow White is, a big topic. The kiss, I think I heard they're not doing the kiss because Snow White is, dead or asleep, and it's non-consensual, and so they're kind of changing some things there. And look at that beautiful mug.
I know.
So yeah, and we're doing all those things. So yeah, and it's going to be dark. It's going to be a lot of body horror, a lot of gore,
body horror,
tension, suspense, just brutality. It's going to be pretty gross. So I expect some people won't like it because it's going to be nasty. And
it's
great too. Like, it's a great love story. It's got a great great story, great characters. We're spending so much time. Our revisions have only been about making the story and characters stronger, making it tied in to tell a really good, not just do a quick in and out slasher horror thing. We're really putting a lot of effort into this.
And speaking of which, if you want to go and help support the making of the film, on the ticker below us, you see Real Fiction Studios. You can go there and buy the mugs, shirts, and any merchandise that'll help, get this movie made to the quality that I think Jason and Naomi and Michelle expect and are striving for. So head over to Real Fiction Studios and buy some merch.
Yes, support this project.
That Apple T-shirt, that Poison Apple T-shirt. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm probably gonna get one of those myself.
Oh yeah.
So, and we're going with private funding this time. We have investors who are looking to fund it. So, the other thing with the shirts and the mugs and everything, it helps advertise, it helps get the word out so other people know about it. And when it comes out, they can support the film by watching it and going to the theater and supporting it there as well.
If I didn't know you guys and I saw someone walking down the street wearing that shirt, I would immediately stop them and go, "What is that?" Because it has such it's like taking something really beautiful and then like making it super dark and gothy and like cryptic, and you know what I mean. And it's for someone who like loves horror, like all of us do. When you see that type of imagery, you immediately want to know what it is.
Yeah, and that's what we did from the ground up while we're doing this. We definitely we love the visual aspect of film and storytelling, and anytime we make a costume, have a character, do a location, we want it to be something that people just instantly remember. And we want, I always think personally, like, I want it to be cosplayable. I want someone to look at that and say, I want to dress like that. And when people do dress like that, I want the people at the con or on Halloween to say, I know what you are. And, in our version of Snow White, there's been several, but having blood cut on the cheek, a little X, and having all the, it's just, I love that.
It's going to stand out.
It's going to stand out, and people will recognize it. And,
I think it already does stand out, like, just from the trailer. Like, the trailer is so fucking good.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
And I said
excited.
this before you guys came on after we watched it. I really enjoyed the fact that the dwarves were like kind of like medieval Viking, style. They weren't like the goofy slouch pants kind of Disney version that we saw in the cartoons, or you know what I mean? Like, they look brutal as shit.
They are. These guys are like John Wick, but like they're all synchronized. Their feeling is going to be.
They're like John Wick and Snow White's the dog.
Yeah, exactly. So,
so fucking awesome.
They brutally kill, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. People who've read the script, that's what they're most excited about. Even though there's a lot of really great other aspects to it, people are like, but the fucking dwarves, and so they're excited.
Dude, I'm excited because that head smash in the trailer, fucking epic. If the fucking gore in the full movie is on par with that, like, I'm already sold. That shit was so badass.
Oh no, that was one of the tame ones, so that we could get it in the trailer.
Oh shit! yeah.
Bring a barf bag, because.
Oh no! I'm good. I'm excited.
How are you guys going to recreate the glass coffin?
We got people. We got we got props people. We have set people. We have a lot of things going on there. So we've been talking about, do we create it or not? It's in the story. It's in the script right now. So it's I
just got to imagine that's got to be kind of painstaking to, like, the glass and all the trim and everything, and then be able to support her too.
Yeah, I mean, probably do it out of some. Really thick plexiglass or something.
I was just gonna say, like 1-inch plexi.
Yeah. So, but that's one of those things where we have a list of things we have to accomplish in the story, because we have to create an entire new world. It's, you don't get to go out down the street and use a set or use the backyard or go to the thrift store and pick up the costumes. We have to create an entire world and costumes and locations and people in a fantasy world that doesn't exist out here in Washington. And where we're going to film it. So there's a lot there to unpack and build. So the glass coffin is like, okay, that's an easy one. We know we got that in the bag.
Yeah.
building a queen's castle, building some of the effects we're going to do. That's where we're going to find our challenges for sure.
Are we going to have a drawbridge and a moat with piranha in it?
Dude, yeah. I mean, yes, you are.
I don't know yet.
I mean, that would be really cool.
If the budget allows.
I mean,
you're one shirt sale away from it, Michelle. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Oh, I will post. I'm going to post on the Zompire page also the link to the shop, the Real Fiction store, so you can get Snow White swag. You can also get our Real Fiction swag as well if you like our logo, which is really fucking awesome. If you see
every time we get on set, all the people, the cast, the crew, they're all asking where they can get the swag and the shirts and stuff, and so
we sell it.
We sell it. Yeah, we put it up there because people kept asking, and so it's there now.
Yep. Now, so stop asking.
No,
I'm just kidding. No, the Snow White stuff. My boss bought stuff for Snow White. She's like, oh my God, a lunchbox. And like all her stuff is like Brittany Spaniels. She's got Brittany Spaniel this and Brittany Spaniel that and Brittany Spaniel this. And now she's like, I'm getting a shirt, I'm getting a lunchbox. I'm sure that she'll probably get her stuff like tomorrow. She's going to be like, look, with her lunchbox.
It's keeping my sandwich nice and cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do need a new lunchbox.
Do you guys have those, what are you sick as those reusable shopping bags with that shirt print on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a big
Wait,
tote.
do we not have one? We should have one up there.
Do you?
I don't know. We'll have to look.
I didn't know about all the merch until we got on camera and she told me about it, so I haven't been able to get on there and look at
it was kind of everything's happening so fast, so it's just like it's hard to keep up sometimes. There's a lot of projects on it, plus working full time, I can't like do anything from like 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. I'm incapacitated. But
and Michelle said that this is going to actually be in theaters.
Yes. So that's the current goal, unless we screw it up really bad. We've got a few people on board who that's what they do. They get in the theaters, they're giving us all the information we need now to make sure that we're hitting all the points to get it in there, with all the equipment, everything. So Steve Barton, I think he signed the contract last night. Anyway, Steve Barton, he was the executive producer on Terrifier 2. He's the one who got it into theaters. Used to be, run Dread Central.
He did Laugh too, didn't he?
He's working on Laugh. Yep.
Yeah.
He's working on Laugh, and he was in there. He had a cameo in there. So he's on board, as well as some people that Sean just met in California, down in LA, who are they're jumping at. They're like, we need to be a part of this and stuff. And so,
show them the trailer and they'll be like all over it. I mean, that thing is like a freaking hook, line, and sinker.
That's what it was for. It was really, we made it for the investors so that we could get some interest and have them see what we could do. And that's all it was really intended. But we saw it and we're like, well, let's just release it and let people see what we're working on and build some excitement. And it's really, really worked. And so Sean, when Sean went down, he's going to, just got back last night from LA. He took it to one of the studios down there and showed them, and they put it in their studio, played it on the big screen and with all the great sound and everything. And they fell in love with it. And so now our team's getting bigger because they all want to be a part of it, and help it succeed. And they also, they know they're working right now with a lot of famous people on that set, and next door to another set with Johnny Depp and Robert De Niro or something like that. Like there's a lot of people in that area working, not with Sean, but on other projects and stuff. And anyway, these people are like excited to be a part of this. So that makes it really exciting for us.
I'm excited to be a part of it too. Oh my God.
The stuff you shot for the trailer, are those going to be scenes used in the movie?
They are scenes. We will reshoot those scenes, but those are scenes from the film.
We also had a question from Rebecca pop up on the screen for, there you go.
Oh yeah. Right now it's looking to be about 96 to 100 minutes.
Nice.
Based on the script.
I don't know who Facebook user is who put up this link, but it's not going to help us. I don't know what that link's for.
Yeah. Everything.
But if you want to support, you can definitely go to that link.
Mm-hmm.
Spend some money.
Support this, and it's the anti-Disney, which is what we're talking about with the dark side of Disney. So I guess this is the dark side of Disney. Anti-Disney. Sorry, Patrick. You can love both.
I do love both.
John Boots, he's got a statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in his front yard. When you pull up to his house, it's this big giant statue that I don't even know how much it costs. Our executive producer loves Disney. He loves Star Wars. It's his favorite story.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with liking both the dark side and the light side of Disney.
That's right.
So when you guys were like thinking about making this movie, did you look into Disney and is there anything dark side of Disney that you guys kind of stumbled upon or that you know from previous things that you can share with us?
Dark company secrets?
No.
Shenanigans?
Honestly, we didn't dig into that. Like we know the rights are open, the Grimm Brothers story, so we were able to do it. And what really kind of sparked it was Sean was having lunch or dinner with his family, and they're talking about the new Disney movie and some of the issues with it. And Sanaya, one of her favorite characters, Snow White, and Sean's like, I just really wish my daughter could play Snow White, and that would be great. And they were talking about it, and like, well, you should have her audition for that. And he's like, no, they've already got their people, and they're whatever. And then he kind of thought, wait, we can make our own. Like it's totally available to us. We can do it. And then we can get away from all those things that they were just complaining about, that they're looking forward to the movie, but not these parts of it. So that's where he came back and he's like, hey, I've got a crazy idea, guys. What if we do our own version of Snow White? And we do what we do best, horror, and do that spin, because it's been done a little bit with Sigourney Weaver, but not, to not the level of, not in this level. And so let's do it. Let's not make it like a quick little silly cash grab where, the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey thing. Let's do a real horror movie version of Snow White, and get back to the Grimm Brothers roots, get back to some of the darker storytelling and do that. So
I did like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, though. Just I
haven't seen it yet. I can't speak to it.
I haven't seen it.
So
next super party. We'll have to watch it.
It's nothing spectacular. Like your movie's gonna blow it away tenfold because it's just a quick cheesy slasher, but it's fun and entertaining.
Yeah, and I heard that it was a slasher movie that was already written, done, and they heard that the Winnie the Pooh rights were up, so they decided to put some masks on really quick and just call it that as a way. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. So
there's a good one watch film, but the masks, I think, were the one thing that really just threw me off.
Yeah, because they didn't do a really good job of like showing that these were actually like Winnie the Pooh was actually a bear killing, right? It just looked like a dude in a mask, which like, so people watching it was like, well, why is this guy wearing a Winnie the Pooh mask while he's killing these people? It's like, well, he's not wearing a mask. That's actually supposed to be Winnie the Pooh. So they didn't do a very good job of like portraying that. But in the sequel, they got a sequel coming out, and their budget fucking skyrocketed. So I'm hoping that they convey that a little bit better, that it's actually supposed to be like Winnie the Pooh and not some psycho killer.
Yeah, I just saw it this morning. They showed a preview of Tigger. And
what? Really?
Yeah, and they showed like a little sneak peek of him, and they had Winnie the Pooh and Piglet back there, and it looks like the mask has fur on it now. Winnie the Pooh. So it looks like they have done some changes on that.
Yeah. There's also because the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse went public. There's a Mickey Mouse slasher coming out here. I think either this year or next year.
We saw that the trailer for it.
A Mickey Mouse.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Who was I talking to?
Is it that bad?
I was talking to somebody. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, is it that bad? I don't like to, I don't know. I'm not a part of it. I don't know what their resources are. From what I've seen, I haven't seen the final product, so I'll just
leave it at that. Fair enough. Yeah, totally get it.
I don't mean to cut this short, but my dog is having problems with his ears, and he's flapping them around a lot, and he's not doing very well. Okay. So I appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh, our pleasure.
And I'm totally excited to watch the movie as you guys. Hopefully, we get a little bit of teasers as you guys are filming and stuff. I'll definitely be going on.
Well, there's going to be like cast releases and stuff like that too, like cast announcements.
Yeah, you were saying you can't tell us much about that, but there were some people that might be involved that we'll all be excited about.
Yeah, can't mention any names. Maybes.
Pat, you could be like a one of the, what do they call them?
The dwarves.
One of the dwarves, one of the Viking dwarves.
You're not little enough.
I'll walk on my knees.
Again, go to Real Fiction Studios and buy some of their merch so you can help support the film industry and our local friends. And if you guys want to stay on the show, you can always end the stream.
I'm going to get something to eat, I think.
He's having a hard time, and I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I keep muting myself because he's like...
Go get him some ear meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys hopping on with us. And
yes. Thank you, you guys. Yeah. I know you guys are busy, and I know I didn't give you any notice. I was just like, hey, we're going to show the trailer. You should hop on.
Yeah. I'm working on it right now, literally. And I saw the message, and I was like, wait, I think you showed the
I told them, too. I said, they're probably busy. They're probably working on the film.
Exactly.
If you go back and watch the beginning of this podcast, you will see.
I learned how to play videos, and we actually got to watch the trailer.
Oh man, that's so cool! I get goosebumps again just watching it. So, anyways, yeah. All right, love y'all. Guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
What's going on?
This week's episode of the Zompire Horde podcast is brought to you by Bloody Knuckle Customs. Come check us out at www.bloodyknucklecustoms.com.